Trump administration is rehiring hundreds of federal employees after their jobs were cut by DOGE earlier this year. The Associated Press reports the General Services Administration has given employees until the end of the week to accept or decline reinstatement. The agency initially had around 12,000 employees before the cost-cutting efforts by the administration.
You heard it there. The Trump administration is now backtracking on earlier mass layoffs. Hundreds of federal employees who were dismissed by the Department of Government Efficiency are now being offered their jobs back, especially within the General Services Administration. These rehiring moves come after operational chaos. Many federal leases expired, maintenance and property oversight suffered, and agencies lacked enough staff to function.
The General Services Administration is asking hundreds of employees whether or not they want to come back and work for the federal government. And as you mentioned, there are about 12,000 employees on this specific administration. Now, it was the target of DOGE, which they say was guilty of waste, fraud, and abuse. But now, just 7 months later, after hundreds of those employees were let go, they're asked to come back. These are the employees who handle federal workspaces. They're the ones that you call when the air conditioning is not working or when you need IT help. This is their job for federal workspaces, among other things. Of course, this is a very large administration. So it's interesting that they're being asked to come back. We did get a statement just a short while ago from a General Services Administration spokesperson who said that the leadership team has comprehensively considered workforce actions and is making adjustments in the best interest of customer agencies we serve and the American taxpayer. They went on to say, when we talk about the size and scope of this, it's important to understand that the majority of our separations have been voluntary, the employee's choice. So saying that a lot of this change did not happen at the hands of DOGE, but rather they gave people the option to leave, and therefore they did. Now, we know that those voluntary separations happen because the Office of Personnel Management gave the opportunity for a lot of employees who work in the federal government to leave, to get a severance package, to either retire early. People took them up on it, but now they need them to come back. As they say, it's in the best interest of the American taxpayer.
So the consequences of these cuts are becoming clear. Missed deadlines, vacant leadership roles, agencies unable to maintain critical infrastructure. The administration is now reversing course. Around 400 real estate workers at GSA who had been fired are now being asked to return. The rehiring is not limited to GSA. Other agencies like the IRS, Labor Department, and National Park Service are also participating in reinstatement of dismissed staff. The deadline given for returning staff is October 6th. These rehires reflect a tacit admission. Those earlier cuts went too far, and some essential roles can't be left vacant without harming government operations. What's happening now shows both the cost and limits of sweeping downsizing. In theory, slashing staffing sounds efficient. In practice, when you hollow out agencies, you undermine the very structures meant to enforce laws, manage property, support services, and maintain accountability. The administration's reversal is not just a policy change. It's a moment of course correction under pressure. They fired en masse, now they're bringing them back. The cycle shows that cutting government staff for ideology doesn't always survive the test of running a functioning state. Let me know your thoughts.